friends. It's been a really long time since we sat down. I say we because Adele is over there doing her makeup, but yes, it's been a really long time since we last made a video, and we will explain our disappearance in a moment, but right now, I have a short message for you. I sound like a commercial. Let us begin. I did a devotion sometime back on Psalm number 3, and I thought that I would share my thoughts with you because it kind of has to do with anxiety and not knowing what plans Jesus has for you, and like your world is just falling apart around you and you're like, Jesus help me! But yeah, you get the idea. So hopefully this will help you if you are going through a tough time. So Psalm number 3 is a Psalm of David regarding the time David fled from his son Absalom. O Lord, I have so many enemies. So many are against me. So many are saying God will never rescue him. But you, O Lord, are a shield around me. You are my glory, the one who holds my head high. I cried out to the Lord, and he answered me from his holy mountain. I lay down and slept, yet I woke up in safety, for the Lord was watching over me. I am not afraid of 10,000 enemies who surround me on every side. Arise, O Lord, rescue me, my God. Slap all my enemies in the face. Shatter the teeth of the wicked. Victory comes from you, O Lord. May you bless your people. So yeah, isn't that amazing? I like the NLT version because it says, slap all my enemies in the face. And right, why did I close it when I need to refer? Crap, I can't find it. So from the first part, we can see that David has a lot of enemies around him, and I guess some days we do feel that way. We do feel like nothing is going right and everyone's just out to get us, or yeah, our situations just aren't in our favor, and it's not a nice place to be in. It sucks, to be very honest. But in the next part, we can see that David actually doesn't like try to fix the situation through his own strength. Rather, he relies on God because he knows that, I guess, whatever solution you try to come up with to get out of the mess that you're in, it might work, but you might still feel kind of crappy. If you just leave it to God to handle it, it's probably a lot better than any plans you might be able to come up with. It's not easy to just be like, okay, I am in deep shit now, but I'm just gonna let God handle it. You just want to control your situation and be like, get me out of this. A lot of us are raised to think that we should be able to handle our own problems and get it done and solved, and if we're in a mess, we should get ourselves out of it because no one's going to help us, blah 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 blah. But honestly, being in God's kingdom, it's like living in an upside down kingdom. Instead of trying to get ourselves out of our crap by our own strength, we should rely on Jesus to do that for us. Difficult, but it requires some effort to change that mentality. The last part, which is pretty much the main part of this video or this devotional, is that David lay down and slept. He woke up in safety and he found that Jesus was watching over him and he wasn't afraid of anything at all. I'm pretty sure we all have nights where we find it so difficult to sleep because we are just so plagued by anxiety and like, oh my gosh, I cannot sleep. Like recently I actually had a pretty rough time. I forgot, it was a few weeks ago, but yeah, it was pretty rough and I had trouble sleeping. I was just complaining to Jesus, like, Jesus, I can't do this. Tears and like, help me, get me out of this shit. I eventually fell asleep, and the next morning when I woke up, peace. I couldn't explain it, and I knew it wasn't from me. It was definitely from Jesus, because only Jesus can give you that kind of peace in crazy, unstable situations. I completely forgot why I was so upset the night before. That I was like, yo Jesus, can you like tell me what happened? Why was I so upset last night? And I just sat in bed for 3 whole minutes like, what? Only after I went to the bathroom, then I was like, oh right, so that was why I was upset. But you see, Jesus takes away our problems, or at least he gives us peace when we need it most. Yeah. To summarize this whole thing, you may worry about a lot of things and you may feel very anxious about situations that you cannot control, but just trust Jesus that He will take you through this, and yeah, just ask Jesus for assurance, peace, while He settles the situation, and you will be alright. So now we will carry on to our scheduled program. We will now explain our disappearance. Yay! Beautiful Adele. Okay, in this video timeline, it will seem like we just vanished for 3 months with Adele still in Japan and me being all by myself, but we are very much alive and back in Singapore together. Okay, so care to explain what happened in Japan?
I was in Japan for about a month, 6 weeks, I think, 6 weeks, to intern or like do a mission trip with this organization called Chi Alpha, and I was in Tokyo for those 6 weeks. It was amazing, and Chi Alpha is basically a campus ministry, and so we go on various campuses in the universities in Tokyo and do Bible studies, and we also have outreach events. I celebrated Thanksgiving for the first time, had turkey and lots of pumpkin pie and grew really fat. And there's also a lot of Christmas events because it was at the end of the year. I met so many amazing people there, and the whole reason I was there was because, not sure if I mentioned this in previous videos, but I feel God calling me to Japan as a missionary eventually. I'm not sure when, but I just felt God telling me to go back last year at the end of the year, because we went there for a trip in August as part of a missions training program we attended at our church, and after that I just knew I needed to go back immediately before I know anything long term. And more updates. So when I got back, within the first week that I got back, I had a pretty intense conversation with God. It was in the middle of Orchard Road, which is the busiest, really not really the busiest, but the most famous shopping street in Singapore. We only have one, really. Yeah. And so I was waiting for a friend for about an hour or an hour and a half, and just kind of found a spot, sat down by myself, and suddenly started talking to God, and boom, all that revelation came, and I found out that I'm going to university next. So yes, because the choices were either go straight into mission field or go to university, and I don't want to make that decision by myself because that's stupid. And every time I've made a decision on my own, the consequences were kind of terrible. But every time I made a decision asking what God wanted for my life, everything plays out perfectly. Maybe in the process of getting to that point, it's a little like, is this what God wants me to do? But once it's over, you're like, yes, that was exactly what God wanted me to do.
From the time we got back, we went to a Christmas barbecue and a New Year's countdown in church. It was literally like worshipping into the new year, which was a great way to start the new year. Right after that, I started an internship at a Singaporean publishing house. It's called Ethos Books, and that was from January to March. I signed up as a publishing assistant, but I got to do a lot of design and photography, which was strange because design is something I fear a lot, but I kind of got over that fear and I actually enjoy design now, which is crazy, but I guess God puts us in places to learn new things. And that was completely led by God. He was like, go, ethos, and I'm like, okay, I'm going. During that time, Adele was working at the cafe. It's called the STRAITS People, and
you can go visit it if you want to.
If you're in Singapore, we will drop the address below. During that time, it was just like, okay, apply for university and scholarships. It was quite a draining period because it's just like essays, forms. We basically had no life outside of work for the last 3 months because work just takes up all our time. So I couldn't edit, I couldn't do much.
It was also a lot of thinking. Things like how are you going to pay for university, all that. So not that everything is solved right now, but we'll trust God. And it's been a funny 3 months, pretty roller coastery, but it's starting to settle down now. And that's why we're back.
Yeah, season of growth. And now it's time to transition into a new season, which makes us kind of scared but kind of excited. That is all for today. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, drop a comment, say hi. We haven't said hi to you in a really long time.
And if you're anyone we know and you have questions, you can just contact us directly.
We love you. Jesus loves you too. Bye!